with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good Monday morning. I'm Mark Sauer. Thanks for jumping on Facebook Live for a mid-morning check of the stories we're following here at Erie News Now. We'll get to that first warning forecast also coming up in a minute. First, though, a top European Union official now says that Americans who have been vaccinated against COVID-19 should be able to travel to Europe by this coming summer. The president of the European Commission told the New York Times that the EU is prepared to accept visitors who have received those European-approved doses of the vaccine. Details of the return of tourists, though, still to be worked out. It does seem clear, though, that the current restrictions are going to be changing. It's still unclear, though, exactly when that travel to Europe could resume or exactly what kind of proof of vaccination that Americans could potentially have to provide. Well, over in India, funeral pyres are lighting up the night sky. The country is really overwhelmed by the coronavirus at this point. The White House says they're currently working to send drugs, rapid tests, PPE, ventilators, as hospitals there struggle to treat a flood of COVID-19 patients. On Sunday alone, get this, more than 300,000 new cases of the virus reported in India, along with close to 3,000 new deaths. There are almost 17 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 currently in India. Well, the CDC now says a growing number of Americans have missed their second COVID-19 vaccination appointment. New data through early April indicates that nearly 8% of people have missed that scheduled second dose. That number is up from about 3.4% earlier in the year. Still, though, unclear exactly why a lot of those second doses are being missed or delayed. The CDC says they just need to do some more analysis to nail that one down. Well, less than 2 weeks after close to 150 migrant children made their way into Erie County coming up from the southern U.S. border, most, if not all, of those migrant children are out of our area this morning. The Erie News Now cameras captured some of this video Saturday showing those children, about 90 of them, being bussed out to the Erie airport and then eventually loaded onto a charter plane that took off for New York City. A short time later, local Republican Congressman Mike Kelly was touring the Summit Township facility where those kids had been staying. He says he was trying to learn more about the Biden administration's policies for these unaccompanied migrant children. The owner of those Summit Township dormitories, Glenn Renaud, tells Erie News Now he wants that facility licensed as a permanent spot for the Office of Refugee Resettlement. He tells Erie News Now he is working with federal agencies on exactly what needs to be done to accomplish that. It's a tragic end this morning to a story of a missing Warren County woman. Police in Warren this morning confirming that a body found in the Allegheny River on Sunday is in fact the remains of a local woman who'd been missing for more than a month. The police chief in Warren says that body found in Conewango Township on Sunday has been identified as a 49-year-old Nicole Lee Font. They say the cause of death is drowning. Font was the subject of a missing persons investigation. Their initial report filed back in mid-March. Apparently someone fishing near the Route 62 South Bridge found that body again around noon on Sunday. Warren's police chief says they do not suspect foul play. The investigation is closed. And some exciting news for folks here in the city of Erie. Parents of small kids specifically. Parks that have been closed for about a year now because of the pandemic have reopened to families. Erie News Now's Molly Samora has that story.
Really making progress with COVID-19. It's not totally under control yet, but a lot of people are getting vaccinated. And the fact that this is outside, where it's obviously safer than an inside, where germs can get past more easily, we're real happy to open up the parks entirely.
City of Erie Mayor Joe Schember tells me it's exciting to have the parks reopen this summer after being closed the past year. All park facilities like the tennis courts, playgrounds, skate park, picnic areas, restrooms, and even the basketball courts are open now.
Including the basketball courts. That's the thing we debated the most about and probably delayed us the longest because there's a lot of contact in basketball. But we decided, no, we're going to open everything up.
Mayor Schember tells me it's important if you're around people who you don't live with to still wear a mask and social distance when possible.
Just follow those basic routines. We want to slow the spread. It's slower now than it was back in December, but it's still much higher than it was a year ago when it first started. So we got to be careful. The more people we can get vaccinated, the more quickly, the better as well.
I asked Mayor Schember when we could see the basketball hoops and every other facility opened up.
Within a week or two here, because I know they're putting the hoops back up now, so it's just, and the parks themselves are actually open. Anybody can go in, the swings are there. So I'd say within at least 2 weeks, everything should be opened up.
Molly Samora reporting there. We've got Sarah Talk standing in for David Wolter on weather duties on this Monday. And, a jacket perhaps required, Sarah, but certainly look like we've got some sunshine for a trip to the park.
Yeah, it's definitely, you're going to want a jacket. You're going to want to be prepared for that chilly weather, especially because some of those wind chills are still in the low 30s right now. But it is a beautiful day despite that cold. Looking out at the Erie Bayfront on our Oliver's rooftop camera, it looks lovely. You just need a jacket. Don't let all that sunshine fool you into thinking it's warm before you actually head outside. I have made that mistake before. Doppler Max right now in our region, we're seeing some high-level clouds, but overall it's nothing too intense, not going to block your view of sunshine. And as we look at the futurecast over the rest of the day, it's going to stay pretty sunny for the majority of today. We're going to get a little bit of cloud coverage overnight, partly cloudy skies. But then as we move into Tuesday morning, clearing up just a little bit more, and Tuesday during the day, some brief splashes of cloud, but overall looking very nice. Now looking ahead Wednesday through Friday, we do have some rain coming. Wednesday, the rain is going to start as a cold front hits our area, and we're going to see some afternoon thunderstorms because temperatures on Wednesday are going to be very warm in the 70s. But it's also going to get pretty windy with sustained winds up to 20 miles per hour. Now for Thursday, it's cooling down a little bit, getting down into the 50s, and there's going to be some all-day rain showers. And Friday, more rain showers, but they're going to start to kind of move out into the afternoon hours. And it's still going to be breezy, but a little bit cooler than it was on Wednesday. For right now, though, we're not worried about that incoming rain because it is beautiful out there. This is our Idaluca Chiropractic Sky Cam looking out at State Street. The skies are blue, the trees are green. It's just a little bit cold. Currently 40 degrees here in Erie, feels like 34. As we look at temperatures throughout the region, everywhere is pretty much above freezing now, which is an improvement from this morning, but it's still in the low 40s, upper 30s. And a lot of places are still feeling below freezing because there are just brisk enough winds to make things feel a little bit extra chilly. Now for your zone outlook today in Erie County, we're going to warm up just a little bit along the lakeshore into the upper 40s, maybe into the low 50s. As we move further away from the lakeshore, Union City and Corry getting to about 51, 52 degrees. Crawford County potentially up to 54, and into Warren County about 54 degrees. So definitely warmer further away from Lake Erie. I'll have a look at your 7-day forecast coming up in just a minute.
First, though, after a nearly 2-month-long delay, Hollywood made sure the 93rd edition of the Academy Awards went on, of course, even during the pandemic. And there was some history made at that awards ceremony last night with more women of color taking home Academy Awards. Yoo Jun-young named Best Supporting Actress for her role in Minari, the first Korean actress actually to win that award. The movie Nomadland scooped up the Oscar for Best Picture. Really big night for Nomadland. Frances McDormand won Best Actress for her role in that one. Chloe Zhao became the first woman of color to win Best Director for that film as well. Near the end of the night, 83-year-old actor Anthony Hopkins took home the Best Actor award for his role in the movie The Father. It was actually his second win in that category, decades after winning for The Silence of the Lambs. But perhaps if you didn't see anything last night, you might have caught the one and only highlight for a lot of folks. That was actress Glenn Close kind of stealing the show, even though she didn't take home an Oscar, rattled off an impressive knowledge apparently of the song Debut from the film School Days, and yeah, did a little dancing for the audience as well. And that clip has a lot of folks talking still here at midday on this day after those Academy Awards. All right, meteorologist Eric Tonks has that 7-day forecast for us, and it's got that promised warm-up in there.
It definitely does, and it's going to be pretty warm and toasty over Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday's going to be nice and sunny, and then there's going to be a nice southerly wind, so that's why we're kind of really seeing things warm up. And then Wednesday, we start to see that cold front impact our area with some evening thunderstorms. Thursday into Friday is as those temperatures start to kind of slip. We're seeing those rain showers, but because we're starting off so warm, we're not going to get too cold on the tail end of that. And then Saturday, Sunday, we're hoping for that rain showers to kind of move out of the way just a little bit, get done with our area so things can start to warm up just a little bit more, maybe into the 60s by Sunday with those partly sunny skies.
All right, thanks so much, Sarah. Thanks for jumping on Facebook Live for this edition of the NOWCAST. We'll do it again about the same time tomorrow. And we've got a half hour's worth of news coming away at noon on WSEE. We'll see you tomorrow morning.